Yo guys, what's up? How we all doing? Before I start the video, I just want to thank y'all for all the support I've been getting lately. I appreciate it so much. And yeah, let's just get straight into the video. And I know this is a kind of different type of video than I usually make, but I just wanted to get my point across, see what you guys think, and for you guys to hear what I think. So I'm gonna be talking about all the things I personally dislike about Final Stand Remaster and basically give some solutions here and there. There are other factors that I'm not going to be talking about, like how the grinding is way too tacky and takes too long, or the repetitiveness of the game. This is because these are things that will in due time get resolved, right? For example, the grinding factor is the way it is because Snake doesn't want everyone perfecting their form and reaching max level in a day, because the content out right now is very limited. If everyone did hit max level in one day and perfected their forms in a day, there would be nothing more to grind towards, and that means a lower player base, and that means basically less money for Snake. And the reason it is this way is because it's purely a smart and thought out business move from Snake. He wants us to keep playing and he wants to have active players, which is fair, right? This is his game, this is his project right now, this is what he's putting all his work into, so this 100% makes sense. And this is what other games do as well, right? You can't judge him for that. It just makes sense. He needs the player base to somewhat be stable till the next update, because this is a game that is in constant development and is constantly getting updated and waiting for the next big update. So that's just how it is, right? There is also a couple of small things like the god forms being completely horrible, or the XP and Zenny loss on death, and etc. But you know, people have made countless videos on this, so there's really no point in me adding anything onto this, because you already know how I stand, most likely, right? There's 1,000 videos on this on YouTube. There's no point in me also telling you the same things. The things I talk about in this video are going to be a little bit different, and things I personally really dislike, and I'm a huge Final Stand supporter, right? I love this game so much. So that says a lot, right? Now on to my first problem with the game, the mastery. And I know I said I wouldn't be talking about the obvious problems that will get somewhat fixed in due time, but I have a problem with mastery in a different way. My main problem is not that it's super hard or grindy, because like I said, Snake needs us to stay on the game and keep grinding. How does he do that? That's by, for example, making mastery super hard, right? Because when we're done getting max level, we're gonna try to master our form. But I'm actually quite the opposite of the Final Stand Remaster community. I want it to be grindy and tedious. I want it to make sense. This is because it's kind of canon if you think about it, and it makes sense being hard. Think about all the times in Dragon Ball you've heard that Goku says he can't use Super Saiyan 3 yet because he hasn't mastered it, and things like that, you know. So it does make sense, and I like that part of the game. I really do. It makes it feel like something special when you actually perfect a form. The part I don't like is how he doesn't tell us how to do it. That's the main issue, right? If we got told that you need 10,000 NPC kills, 50 levels gained, 300 Zenkais, and etc., I would have zero problem with it, even if it's super hard and grindy. I would have zero problem with it. We should know how to grind, and then make it super hard and grindy, and then that would be fair and make sense. But you can't make it super hard and grindy and not tell us how to do it, right? It just doesn't make sense. You have to pick and choose which one you want. Either make it a secret but make it easy, or make it super hard and tell us how to do it. That's at least my opinion, right? And but that would also keep us on the game. If he made it super hard but told us how to do it, he would still have a solid player base till the next big update. Think about it, everyone would be on the game grinding 24/7 because now they actually know how to grind for the perfection on their forms. I would even argue that this would make it so more players are on the game till the next big update, because people would actually be grinding in the game. Think about it, now if you hit max level, a lot of people, me included, CBA to actually grind mastery after I've hit max level. There's just no point, because we don't know how to do it, and it takes so much time doing it the quote-unquote normal way by you know, doing raids and fighting NPCs and stuff like that. So if you did tell us how and made it super hard, players would actually stay on the game and play until the next update because they would know how to master the forms. A lot of people don't even try to master it because it's practically impossible to perfect a form right now without you constantly grinding 24/7 for a month. And let's be honest, none of us are doing that. The only person I had open was Ultra Hands, and he said he's not playing the game anymore. So the next big problem I have is the practicality of the World Martial Arts Tournament aspect of the game, or the ranked system, right? There's two main issues here. The first one is the setup of how it is, and the other one is the quote-unquote like pro PvP ranked scene. The World Martial Arts Tournament has some issues. The first one being how everyone must wait for ages to get into the next match if they, for example, lose the first one, right? We should have more tournament rooms, meaning that multiple people could be ongoing at the same time. Multiple tournaments, sorry, could be ongoing at the same time, so we wouldn't have to wait forever. I get the aspect of waiting a little bit so it feels kind of special and people don't get as tired of it as quick. That makes sense. But having one tournament in a server full of 30 people max is kind of crazy. It takes way too long. A lot of people play like 1-2 tournaments and hop off. That's me included, right? That's what I do because I can't be asked to wait that long between every match. And I'm bad at PvP, so I die in like the first 2 rounds. The next problem is the tournament rooms, bro. They are so bad. They're so small. We almost get no vision. Constantly beaming the wrong way because there's this glitch where if you're too close to a ceiling or a wall, it automatically beams at the wall or the ceiling instead of the player that's right in front of you. So that's super annoying. Just make every fight outside, bro. It's not that hard, and it doesn't take away anything from the game. Just make it so every fight is outside. It would make it so much better, bro. The biggest issue about the ranked scene now is we gotta balance PvP in some way, bro. Make it so almost every move is kind of usable. Make it so every move is kind of usable. Do I have to say it again? Don't make it so every person rocks the same skill set and just spams, just like all of the top ranked people do. They all rock the same moves. They spam them. They have a move for each consequence of everything you do. If you key blast that way, they're gonna use that move. If you dash that way, they're gonna use that move. Like, it's so annoying, bro. Make it so a lot of the moves are usable. I get you can't make every move as good as and as usable. There has to be some sort of moves that are better than others, but make it a bit more balanced so people don't rock the same thing. It's just so repetitive and it's so annoying. It doesn't make it fun at all. It ruins the game mode. We should be able to rock different moves and still win just because we're the better PvP or not because we have the better moves, right? The next thing is that every race should be kind of balanced. Every race should have some type of advantage and some type of disadvantage so that it's balanced and customized for your own playstyle. In the final stand today, all the good players do the same thing, use the same races, and do it over and over and over again. It gets super repetitive, it gets super boring, and it's just cheesy all in all. Now the next problem I have is something I feel like is more of a personal problem. I haven't heard a lot of people discuss this, but I have heard some, right? And that is the customization in the game. It's just straight out horrible. Nothing special to it. Basic hairstyles, not a lot of them. The clothing is super limited. We haven't gotten a single new piece of clothing or hairstyle since the game dropped. Fact check me on that because I'm not 100% sure. Maybe a couple. Clothing, I'm 99% sure. Hair, I'm 70% sure. Maybe 1 or 2, right? But again, it's just horrible. The customization is so boring and it just doesn't feel special at all. They did rename the hairstyles for some reason. If you rename them, why can't you add a couple? Like, that would actually make a difference. No one cares that they have different names. It means absolutely zero to us. And even when it comes to the forms, you guys might hate me on this, so I'm gonna tread carefully, but when you go into form, yes, it is better now than the start of the game, but transforming still feels super lackluster. A huge part of of getting Dragon Ball games right is having forms that make you feel like you're actually in the anime transforming. You know, I don't know if that might be hard to understand, but that's at least how I think, right? The transformations today make me feel like I'm playing a low effort Roblox Dragon Ball game. That's not how you're supposed to feel. Look at DBOG. Transforming there is actually tough. It's peak. It makes you feel like you're going Super Saiyan. And I'm not saying that we need all these like crazy video animations like Debug does, but just make it a bit more special. Make them have a screaming effect, or like actually charge for a second to go into the transformation. Just something, right? It is better now 100% than how it was at the start of the game, but it's still not good enough, in my opinion, at least in my opinion. And another thing that is absolutely huge and is crazy that we haven't gotten yet is we should be able to turn off the aura of the forms, bro, because they really get in the way, especially Super Saiyan God. Super Saiyan God's aura is so big, bro. You can't, and it's not see-through like the Super Saiyan, normal Super Saiyans, right? You can't kind of see through it. On this one, you can't see through at all on the Super Saiyan God. And the auras look so bad, except for the Super Saiyan God. Now, and it is important to state that I am only talking about the Saiyan forms here, because I don't really remember all the other forms and stuff. The giant ape form as well looks horrible. Horrible. It looks so goofy. It looks so goofy, bro. Look at Debug's great ape and look at ours, right? It looks horrible. But like I said, the auras look bad. Every one of them except for Super Saiyan God. Again, only talking about Saiyans here. Super Saiyan God looks nice. But just make the auras better. Put in a bit more effort, right? Like, it's so obvious to tell that it's super low maintenance. It's super low effort. They haven't really tried or like gave a shit, right? Like, you can tell so easily. Anyways, that is just my little rant about what I think the game needs. Obviously, like I said, the things about XP and Zenny loss on death, a lot of people have made videos about it. There's no point in making another video about it. So that's at least my opinion, guys. Let me know what other problems you have, or if you disagree or agree with some of the things I said. Let me know. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're closing in on 300 subs. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.